Yes.
Can you go ahead and step out of the vehicle for me?
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 4. I want to thank everybody for all the support. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you can, while you're watching this, hit a thumbs up. It really helps the video and puts it out to more and more people. It helps the channel out, so I really appreciate it if you guys could do that. This first call, I'm going to run right into it. Here's a traffic stop. There's several issues with this woman's car, but there's one issue that is my biggest concern. You're going to hear me lay into her a little bit, so bear with me and see if you agree with why I was a little upset.
There's a couple things wrong. We'll talk about it in just a second, all right?
Judging my car because it's very old?
No, not specifically the age. It doesn't have anything to do with that. The issues are your rear tire is almost flat. I can see it like squished out, all right?
I just got off my business right here.
What's that?
I just got off my business. I was trying to go to the tire thing.
Okay.
Yeah, my business right here is Maria's Food Market.
Okay, all right. So that's obviously number one issue. That's a safety thing. And then your rear lens back here where it's cracked open and the white light is shining out, that's illegal. You can't have that. It has to be fully red, okay, for any of the lights facing out the back. All right, thirdly, probably my biggest and most concern that I have here is the fact that your child is not strapped in to the car seat.
I took it out right now. I was gonna like literally grab something for him, and then it came out. It's very bad. The thing keeps on.
Okay, the whole car seat's not strapped in. When you made the turn in here, it tipped over to the side. I watched you lean over and tilt them back up. Okay, and the whole thing's on camera. So don't give me BS excuses about what you did. All right, just own up to it. You've done some things that you shouldn't be doing. They're dangerous. As a child, he can't care for himself. All right, you're his mom. You have to make the decisions that is best for his safety. All right. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to check your driver's license. I want you to get out of your car. I want you to go back and secure that car seat the way it's supposed to be.
All right, now what you guys obviously couldn't see from these camera angles, but I could see, is like I stated in there, as she made the turn into the parking lot, the entire car seat with the child in it flipped over on its side, and she reaches back with one arm and flips him back up. So her excuse about, oh, I was just reaching for something to hand it to him, as you've already heard, she had an excuse about the first part of what was wrong with her tire, and then immediately rolls into the excuse about, you know, her child. And as a parent of a young child, realizing how you are their guardian, you are their responsibility, like they cannot care for themselves. So it's frustrating to me, and why I was probably a little upset with it, especially with her excuses that, you know, she is more worried about other things than the safety of her own child, and is literally not strapped in any way, shape, or form. And you're going to see here shortly, we actually assist her with putting the car seat in because she actually doesn't even know how to do it. So those are some pretty big concerns of mine, and probably why I was a little hard on her. But once again, it's the truth. Sometimes it hurts, and I feel like at the end of the day, it's much better to give somebody a stern lecture and have them be about their business than to litter them with a bunch of tickets that obviously she has an older car. It has some mechanical issues. She doesn't even know how to strap her kid in. What is writing her a bunch of tickets gonna solve? It's actually gonna make her life worse and make the situation worse overall. So that's why I elect to do things like this. Some people may not agree with me. They might think it's being mean and asserting my authority and whatever you want to call it. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm being a parent figure to her and giving her a lecture that was well deserved.
All right, he's all bucked.
I did the other one. That was not working. That fan is not working.
Why? I mean, I have a car seat. I've put in several car seats. Isn't there a little gap in the back that seatbelt feeds through?
I don't know.
Is this unlocked? Can I open this door?
Yeah.
Here, let me give you this back before I forget.
So at this point, I take a look because she's taken the seatbelt, if you could see it there before I leaned down, and just put it around the car seat, like over the child, and then buckled the other side.
I swear, it's in Maria's school market. You can go see it. I'm never in this car.
Well, why would you drive this car if you have...
Fix it.
Okay.
I can't leave the baby by himself.
Well, no, obviously you can't do that. So what needs to happen is this base is supposed to be seatbelted down, and then this clips into the base. So if the base is seatbelted down solid, right, and then you clip this into the base, then the car seat can't come out. Like right now, you literally just have this draped over him. It's not holding anything down. If you got in an accident, he would fly forward out of this and probably get decapitated by the seatbelt, and the whole thing would fly around. So
That's supposed to go around him like a harness.
well, first let's take this off, because that's not good. That's even worse than what it's supposed to be.
What's that guy? Top thing?
Oh, there it is. Dirt. So.
Alright.
Cool, that's in.
Yeah,
Mark
clips.
that.
And the other one through.
Okay. So yeah, this is supposed to be rear facing. So he's gonna have to ride backwards just till you get back to the store, and then you can flip him back around. I know it's inconvenient, but I would rather him be safe. Come here, big man. You gonna hop in? There we go. And then these go. It's okay. I know. There we go. Just like that. Here, buddy. You're gonna put your arm under there, okay? So we got that. And then the little things right down here. Put that up there. Alright, now you're in there the way you're supposed to be. Alright, so he's safe now. This is how he's supposed to be in this, okay? So you're good to go back. Obviously, here's what I want you to do. Now that you see how he's supposed to be strapped in here, the other car seat you have, make sure he's in the proper way, okay? Because again, it's for his safety, and that's the biggest issue, all right? So hold on one second. All right, so that's squared away. Listen, that's my main goal out of any of this stuff. Any of the things I told you about, it's all about safety. Yeah. There's a lot of people that be like, oh, you should be writing your tickets, your car wasn't strapped in, but obviously if your car's beat up and you're having a hard time getting it fixed, a ticket's not gonna help you any further in life, right? So hopefully we learned a little lesson from this. We're good to go?
I appreciate it.
All right, do me a favor, when you can, I know you say you don't drive this car a lot, but hit the dollar store, hit the auto parts store, whatever, they sell red electrical tape, okay? You can get some red tape and just put it over that where the piece is cracked off. So you won't see the white light, it'll look red, okay? It's just until you can get a new lens or get it fixed, all right?
The tires said it's low?
The tire's really low, yeah, and you just put some air in that, because again, it's a safety thing, so. All right, we good?
Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Have a better evening, all right? Take care.
Well, I actually kind of forgot I gave her the same speech that I gave you guys prior to doing this. So that's how I chose to handle a situation like this. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? And as I say that, I've had some people recently who say, well, you told me to comment, but they just say shitty things. They just jump in the comments and say, you're a piece of shit. You should have never done that. That's not what I'm looking for. If you have an actual constructive point that you would like to make, I am all for it. If you say something like that, I'm going to troll you right back. So be ready for it, because these people get their feelings hurt the second I clap back at them. So be warned. All right, here we're going to roll into another traffic stop. Now this one is coming up because his tags were run and it stated that the registered owner of the vehicle was wanted. They had a warrant for their arrest. So now prior to all this, I had paced the car. I was able to pull up. I'm able to see that the driver meets the basic descriptors of the registered owner. Like if there had been a female driving it, then I wouldn't have stopped it, or I wouldn't have been able to stop it. In this case, it was a male in his late 30s to early 40s, white male, met all the basic descriptors. So I had enough for the probable cause for the initial stop, and then the first thing I do is verify whether he's the registered owner.
How are you doing this evening? Driver's license. Robert, is this your truck? It is. Registered to you? Okay. All right. There's a little bit of a clerical error. Give me 1 second to look at it, and then I'll get back with you and explain what's going on. All right?
So I used the clerical error thing just to keep him at bay. There's no reason to show my hand at this point to be like, hey, it looks like you have a warrant. And then I leave him in the car. Then he just gets upset, possibly gets out of the car, maybe decides to run, turns into a bigger deal. So at this point, he thinks everything's fine. It's just clerical error with his license or whatnot. And I do the further investigation to confirm the warrant and then move on from there.
So it's not like mine. Yes.
I don't know. You know what? I don't even want to jump to the gun and be wrong or whatever.
All right, so at this point, I go back to my cruiser. I go ahead and run his information. Then we further follow up through our dispatch, who has a computer system that essentially checks the warrants, and it sends a hit to the original agency who issued the warrant, and then they fully confirm that, yes, the warrant is still active, and yes, we still want that person. So that process takes a few minutes. That's what I'm doing here right now, and that obviously saves us the hassle if we don't just go arresting people who don't actually have warrants, or it got purged from, or it never got purged from the system, or something like that, where there was actually a clerical issue with the paperwork.
312 advisory, copy.
Yeah, go ahead. Yep, 10-4, I'm 10-12 with him. Can you go ahead and confirm?
I shall.
Hey, Mr. Bentley.
Yes.
Can you go ahead and step out of the vehicle for me?
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but
All right.
I know I'm going to give something.
Yeah, so here's the deal, all right? I'll explain it to you in just a second of what's going on. I still have one step left to go through before we go all the way through that process to make sure. But as of this moment, you have a warrant out for your arrest. There were 2 charges that were in there. One was, here, just keep facing that way, for grand theft. And then I saw something in there about failure to obtain or get workers' comp insurance during a state of emergency or something with COVID. I don't know. I've never seen.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Do you own a business or something where you have employees?
No.
Okay. I don't know what that part is. Then maybe that was something else in there. But
Bro, I sit at home and I take care of my kids and I go to work. I don't know what the
okay. Like I said, so there is a process for this before I send you off all the way down there. At this point, everything about the information, you, name, date of birth, address, everything is in line. So they're making the final phone call.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, whatever. But years and years ago, I did a job for a lady, whether this is it or not, and wasn't supposed to be a friend of a family type of shit.
Right.
And she, because I didn't at her beck and call fucking type of shit, she was gonna go to people on me or whatever. But that was so many years ago, man.
Yeah, this just came out. May 20th is the day that the warrant was issued. So again, we're gonna come back to my car here for a minute, and when I can go sift through some more of the stuff, I'll give you as many details about it as I can. All right.
Yeah, I have no idea, man. You guys pull my car over there, though?
Yeah. We'll figure something out with that as well. I know you put your phone in here. Do you have anything else on you that would get you in trouble if it?
No, I got some pain medication that's in my name.
Okay. Is it in
Oh, lady, can you answer the phone, Chloe? I'm going to jail so she can. Yeah, can you answer it? It's my girl. It's going to be on my headset, but if you just take it off Bluetooth, you can just hit it off Bluetooth. Hey.
There you go.
Hey, I guess I'm going to jail for some warrants. I have no fucking idea what the fuck's up, but I'm just going with flow.
What?
Exactly. Can you just call a bondsman or something? I don't even know what the fuck's up right now, but I am in handcuffs and the police is holding my phone, got you on speaker, and I'm going to jail.
Okay, well, I'm gonna call me. I'll look you up.
Alright, just find out what the hell. They're talking about grand theft and all kinds of fucking weird shit. I have no idea. No fucking clue. But you're on speaker, so just find out what's going on and get me the fuck out of there, please.
You don't have a pocket knife or anything like that, utility knife, nothing like that? All right.
I think I have your mom's number still.
We'll hop in here real quick.
I don't know. I think they'll let me get numbers when I get there.
Yeah. I'll let you talk for a little bit more in a minute. I'll get going here.
Thank you very much. Just give me
Yeah, no problem.
I love you. Bye.
Yeah, just have a seat for right now and we'll get it figured out.
All right, so moving forward from this point, all I do is get all of his updated information. The warrant has been confirmed at this point, so I call for the transport van who does all of our prisoner transports, and I work on the arrest affidavit, which is pretty simple because, again, the charges are for the warrant, so I just have to do the warrant arrest affidavit, and then the courts handle all of the stuff for the actual charges. This one did catch my curiosity because when I was talking to this guy, he says he doesn't own a business. He has no idea what this is about. I think you heard in the beginning where he says he did some work for a friend years ago. So the thing that ended up happening with this is the warrant was just issued. However, the work he did for this person, which was unlicensed, unpermitted, and a few other issues, I guess, where he stole money from the person where they paid for things up front. The case actually was years and years ago. So I don't know what happened, why it took so long, if the detectives were just doing a ton of follow-up work or getting bank records. I don't know, but we're talking years ago that this happened because I looked up the report and I actually called down to the sheriff's office because there was enough with his story that it piqued my interest and I just wanted to make sure everything was on the up and up, and they actually researched it and it was 100% legitimate. The thing about the COVID-19 workers' comp, they said that that's some sort of weird catch-all phrase they're putting in for that sort of stuff during this time frame, but it didn't have anything to do with that actual part of it. So the warrants were completely legit. It was from the work he had done from that family friend that he talked about when I first got him out of the car, and that was pretty much the gist of it. The van got here. Right here, I'm just finishing up a phone call with the guy's ex-wife, actually. We made arrangements that she could come and pick up the car. She had a spare key for it, so we left it parked in the parking lot there. We just moved it off to the side so we didn't have to impound it for him, try and help him out at least a little bit. So, like I said, guys, that's where this situation wrapped up. He went ahead and got transported down to jail. No further issues known to me, and that was that. So, yeah, these simple traffic stops can, turn into other stuff. That's why it's one of the things you do with traffic enforcement and running tags and things like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it wasn't exciting, but hopefully you got to see a little bit of an inside look of how this process goes and some of the decision making and thoughts that I have during a process like this. So that's where this video ends today, guys. Thank you as always for all the support. Make sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and until the next video, I want you guys to take really good care of yourselves and stay safe out there.